Alright guys, getting back into episode 2. I was going to switch to the Quebec and then I realized I don't have level select yet. So, stranded for the next level. Alright. It doesn't really matter on this Quebec, honestly, so recoup is going to be okay for faster recharge on stamina. And here we go. Here we go. I think it's here we go, but anyways. Oh, it's a wave one. Okay. This should be easy at least. Yeah. Really wish I had more stamina at the moment. Oh, I think you were supposed to use the... Because these are gen bot. That's what the yellow ones are with the robot symbol. Gen bots that are corrupted by the Legion. They're weak to cryogenic and cyber, which obviously I don't have any cyber mutagen yet, but we do have the Quebec, so it's a level 1, and I didn't want to try to do this mission with a level 1 since it's rated as a level 2. If you notice, the number under the robot tells the level. So the number next to the robot on top, the automated overseer, is telling you it's a level 3 boss. Alright. His shield's down. Don't get hit by that. Okay, let's not get hit by that either. I'm not very good at bullet hell games, so... Oh, shield's back up. Alright. Shield's down. Alright. Shield's down. Alright. Ooh, a cyber mutagen. Speaking of cyber mutagen. I wish there was a way to, like, prioritize different mutagen, but oh well. So we got 3 cryo and 4 cyber. We have no plasma yet, but that's okay. Pyro, organic, cryogenic, and cyber all are like super effective against 2 types of enemies, and there's 4 different types. Plasma is effective against all 4, but it's not like super effective, so it's one of those jack of all trades, master of none ones, but I think that is what makes plasma best. I won them. Their gen bots were poorly engineered. Predictably, the Legion adapted and rewired the whole operation. But we've finally secured the lab coordinates, though the challenge ahead will be far greater. The lab is now a fortress swarming with corrupted drones, armed to the teeth, and you are hardly prepared. At least, not to my standards. That is why you have the Wrangler rank system, to ensure you are worthy of the next mission. Hatch more specimens, uncover additional genes, and strengthen your species connections. Show us you are worthy of the challenge ahead. And keep in mind that you will face a serious Genbot resistance at the lab. Spend your resources accordingly. Rachel is waiting for you in the command room. She has something to help you. Yeah, Genbots are my least favorite enemy type. I just don't like their lasery nets that they shoot all over the place. So, can't really evolve Pyro at the moment. Cerebrum though. 425 points. Put some more damage. And fire it, I guess. And range. Range might be useful. We'll see. Alright. And then we are gonna go over to Rachel real quick. Hey, Rachel. So, Leon voices apprehensions about the difficulty of the threat ahead. Getting a couple of Wrangler's ranks should help ease his concern. Still, if we want you to climb that ladder, we will need options to prove yourself. And any mission is an opportunity. That's why I'm granting you access to the Atlas terminal. From now on, our next move is up to you. Even secondary missions matter. They'll help you improve your voidlings, gather crucial resources, and purify the galaxy from the Legion, bit by bit. You've earned it. Just say the word and I'll set our course. You call the shots now, Wrangler. You know, if I'd just gone a little longer on that first episode, but it is what it is. Let's go get the eggs hatched. I'm sure one of those is a Queepec and one of them is a Gillick. I'm not positive, but no, it's a Carapan. Ooh, an exceptionally agile Carapan. And just a healthy Gillick. Okay. Sounds good. Pull up this. Move you all the way over with the Queepec. And take the Gillick out of the party. Looks good. Alright. Now I think I should train up the Queepec real quick, and then I'll Actually, let me check what the next level is. You can now choose your own path and decide what missions you want to undertake next. You can also replay previous missions to train your voidlings. Be sure to choose the right voidling for the job by looking at the faction and level of each mission before going voidling bound. Okay. So it tells you what kind of a mission it's going to be, what the enemies are going to be, and what they're weak to, which kind of helps. What the wildlife overview is kind of like, so like kind of what the eggs you're gonna get are gonna be, and then like cleansing, survival, all that. So yeah, that kind of tells you what it is. Performance is just completing less than a certain time limit. So, that's something I can get to another time. I think at the moment I'm just gonna focus on some of these side missions and just trying to get my rank up. And then in between episodes, I'll farm a bit and try to get the Queepec level up. Vitality. I'm sorry. Stamina is just so important. So get all that done, and I will then, for the next episode, I will have more resources and yeah. Alright, next wave in now. And these are cyber, or, gen bots. Again, fire's not super effective against gen bots. It's just normally effective. So, I don't think there's anything that's like, oh, it's resistant, so there's that. But obviously, like the Quebec would be doing a much better job. I just didn't want to pull it out to do a level 3 mission. I could. Wouldn't hurt anything. Alright. If I remember correctly, the last guy is over here. Yep. Free shield. Yep. Oh, yeah. Free shield stuff. Shield's down. And let's go ahead. Oh, shield's back up. And use the alt real quick. Just shorten one of the rounds. Can you not and don't? Thank you. Alright. Shields down. Kill that guy. Shields back up. Kill everything else. Alright. Alright. Shields down. And we don't talk about that. There you go. You can go back. Alright. Alright. That is resources, I guess. Not pyro though, so. One thing. Alright. One thing I'm not a fan of is at this stage, when you complete a mission, it just clears your mission board. I wish it would just hold it until you select a new mission, just in case you want to keep farming a mission. That's a downside, but and I got another Gullik, which is going right in the box. All right. I guess I could do a run with the Quebec. I kind of want to just call it Canadian Goose or something, just to be funny. What do I want? I kind of want, yeah, fire rate. Yep. Damage is damage. Swap these two out, and then I'm gonna do this survival because gen bots are the only thing we have right now that's weak to cryogenic. And even though it's a level 2 mission, it's supposed to be easy for training purposes, so Quebec should be good. Agility's fine with like vitality for stamina. Yeah. Again, just movement. Movement's that important. I got a really good Quebec. I forgot to change its name. That's my fault. And the reason I'm not a fan of the snowballs is because they shoot slowly, and the longer you hold it down, the more inaccurate they get. So all the other shots are much more accurate. I mean, they are high damage, but damage isn't everything. Like, if I get really close to something, I can usually take it down pretty quick. Like, I just sent 10 balls at it in one hit. Like, Fire Hose is better. It's faster, more accurate. It's not as powerful, but faster and more accurate. So thankfully, bosses are usually big enough that accuracy is not as important. But what's his 2? Oh, his second ability is just a little. Yeah, that's kind of sad. Alright. And he does get triple jump, yep. Gonna let him get his second shield up. And then I think I'm gonna just try to finish him off with the ultimate. I mean, his shields go down. Not enough damage. Could be a level differential, or just like I don't have the ultimate ability leveled up yet at all in the tech tree. That could be it as well. Alright. I lasted, yep. Only 250 research points though, but it is what it is. Yeah. See how it cleared the mission, so you have to select a new mission. If I want to sit there and farm that mission, I'd have to go back to the screen all the time. Again, the only downside I've really had with the game. Ooh. Notably agile. So notably gives you +3, where exceptionally gives you +5. And I've noticed you can get upgraded or like mixed traits. So I've had like Spry, which is healthy and agile, mixed together. But yeah, okay, what's the... I should be able to upgrade some... Yeah, see, I have nothing upgraded on the ultimate, so it's probably not dealing a whole lot of damage. But I do want to prioritize my primary attack, because obviously max out the damage I'm going to use the most. Yeah, survival. I'll worry about the time trial ones after I get, you know, splicing open and stuff, and I can really level these guys up. Recuperation's okay. I still think stamina is good enough to justify stamina. And this one's got decent agility, so when you start getting into breeding, you can breed a lot of those stats up. So what we can get max with like a base egg Queepack is nowhere near like what we can do when we start breeding. I'm just trying to get to the breeding point as soon as possible. Again, this first world's just supposed to be like introductory stuff. It's not supposed to be hard. Maybe if I was playing on a harder difficulty, but type matchups probably make a huge difference. So kill that guy. I mean, make it no longer exist. Is that a better way of putting it? I know there was a whole concern on saying the certain words, so and try to avoid that. Ouch. Triple jump. Again, triple jump. So much more movement. So important. All right. Kill this boss again. Just got shields up. I can start getting the frost stuff. Build frost. Oh, you son of a. Alright. Shields are back up. Kill the little baby mobs. Recharge. Hit the boss. Shields are down. I'll stop mentioning that stuff at some point, I think. Saying it kind of helps me keep track of it. Am I one of those people who likes to talk to themselves? Well, I'm making a YouTube video, so I guess that tells you something. And finish it off with no. Damn. Darn. Definitely didn't finish it off with the ult. Alright. Activity completed. Research points 300. A little bit more than doing that last level, but that makes sense because it's level 2 versus level 3. Alright. And check on tech tree. Can I unlock more? Ooh, increase projectile accuracy. We were talking about Snowball being horribly inaccurate, so that'd be a good one, actually. Projectile count by 3 for the ultimate. Good. Explosion radius. Sure. Start working on that ultimate. Go hatch some eggs. We unlock breeding, I think, after the first world, and then splicing, I think, is after the second world. Right? Maybe? Something like that. Another Galick. Just a normal one. I like to waste the mutagen on the normals. That might not make sense to some people, but when you get into splicing, you just use the splicing points instead of the or the splicing mutagens instead of the regular mutagens. So I like to keep use the regular mutagens on the regulars, and then save the like exceptional ones for trying to breed perfects and all that good stuff. All right, so we have now the option of Glacier Strike for a secondary ability, or Blizzard Leap for a secondary ability. I'm gonna choose Glacier Strike, not because it really matters. Again, we're not really gonna use like any of the other Voidlings besides the Queepec. Actually, that's not true. One of the traits I really like is on one of the further Voidlings. So I will get to that when we get there. I'm not gonna spoil it. Leon. I won't waste any more of our time. The coordinates of Gen Life's facilities are in the Atlas Terminal. This is in your hands now. Our future, mine, yours, and the Voidlings. Choose your strongest Voidling and don't squander this chance. I'm counting on you. Hey, Quebec. We're gonna rename you actually real quick. Canadian Chickie. I like that one. Canadian Chickie. There you go. Let's talk to Rachel real quick then. See if she starts doing her upgrades. Your Voidling takes hits out there. You'll need more than good Wrangler's instincts. You'll need better gear. It's time to utilize my engineering background to work on some upgrades, such as a more potent formula for the biogel, a faster dispersion rate, or simply more charges. Leon might disagree, but I'm going to need some research samples to work with them. You focus on keeping your partner alive in the field. I'll make sure your Space Wrangler's tech keeps up with the fight. Her upgrades aren't really that great. I mean, some of them are okay, but they're not really that great. But you can... They have assignments, and you can collect the assignments. So, yep. Just got that for some points. I'm going to use it to make Biogel 100% more healing. So, like, if the Biogel is 100, now it's 200. Not really great still, but it's a thing. So the Biogel is the, like, healing kit things that you have to press, like, T for or whatever. It just heal you whenever you do it. Alright, fire rate. Cool. And then explosion damage for all. That's fine. I'm not worried about melee at the moment with the Queepec, just because it's just not... It's not what it is, you know what I mean? I do feel like you're still only level 2. Yeah, I feel like I want to run on the precipice one more time first, and then we'll go into echoes. We can get another level on it. Yep. Two of the 3 skills I want are going to be in the Queepex. One of them is on a different Voidling, so when we start splicing, I'll need that. My favorite skin pattern is the Queepec. The last one, I forget what it's called. And then my favorite skin is, I think, in a different Voidling. I mean, they all have really cool ones. The Queepec ones are just kind of okay. There is the gold nugget Queepec, which just makes your Queepec metallic gold. And you can put that on any Voidling when you get splicing. I don't think it looks that great on the Queepec, not gonna lie. It's like, I'm a shiny golden nugget. I prefer the Queepecs for look kind of leathery or feathery, not really shiny gold metallic. Well, bosses still got shields. Floating chasers are annoying, but shields are down. Yeah, I don't think I'm ever gonna break the habit. Sorry for anybody who's annoyed by that. It just helps me keep track of things. Like, they're down again, but I was still shooting that whole time, so. Alright, shields back up. And I like that. Or make that guy not exist anymore. And alt. And it barely hit. Oh, wow. Wow. Okay. Gonna collect some research points because, as you've noticed, some things need lots of research points. Oh, also, the voidlings that spawn in the areas are like all voidlings of species you've unlocked, and you can have like the rare versions of them. So like that's the basic one, and then you have the upgraded one that I have over there. So like as long as you unlock their mutation or skin, they start showing up in the end of the levels as like, oh, this is how you find them in nature now. It's kind of a cool thing. I like that, like a little Easter egg. Be able to kind of see the stuff that you've encountered. Yeah. I'm gonna get a few more research points real quick, actually. I'm doing a lot more grinding on video than I want, but that's just coming down to necessity. Yeah, just didn't have the ability to choose missions before, and I didn't want to try to get progress without you guys being able to see it, so yeah. Yep. I increased projectile count again. Now the alt should have quite a bit more. I'm not going to worry about hatching that egg because, well, it's one egg. You can hatch 5 at a time, and I'm not really using anything else besides the Canadian chickie. So, I think I will recuperation once just to see if that helps with recharging the stamina. I mean, it should, but it's worth, but you know. All right, try this one more time. Oh wait, this is a new level. Yeah, I like this level. I'll try to do my best to get all the collectibles on first runs. No promises. It's been probably a month since I did most of the collectible stuff on my first account. The first game. First save. There you go. So I may have forgotten where a few of the more difficult things were. That's a golden gillick egg, I think. Memory serves. My memory's terrible. So one of the ones that took me forever to try to find for collectibles, and that's the only reason why I remember it so well, is if you come down, where is it? Over here? Over here. Yeah, there's this little nook, and there's this mutagen here. That took me forever to find. So, yeah. At least the snowballs are a little more accurate right now, so that's making it not so terrible. What's up with the silver egg luck right now? Alright, back to here. Gonna try to come up here for egg, mutagen. Okay. Like I said, I'm not trying to speed run this game. I'm really trying to be casual. Kind of the whole shtick. So I have those two, and I'm being real careful not to collect this golden egg up here. Yeah. You can collect it from the bottom. That's why I was trying really hard not to collect it early, you know. Ooh, plasma mutagen. First one. Alright. Come through this little cubby real quick. Grab that. All that research points. Destroy more of the legions. Double check I didn't forget anything. Make more of these guys out of commission. Sure. How we want to put it. Like some of the research points, there should be, yeah, more of those. There we go. Where'd he go? That's weird. You guys saw that too, right? He was just like, Ami, he was gone. Didn't think I killed him. I don't think I collected anything from it. But alright. Come over here real quick. Grab these. There's an egg. Come back here to kill, destroy the heart. Wait for everything to spawn. Yep. Just experience and research points. Not much, but time. Never mind. Bad joke. Clean up a little more. Oh, research points. I wish they just auto collected and I didn't have to like hunt them down. Wait for the spawns or Legion goop. Somehow I missed and also didn't count towards the heart. Decommission some more robots. And yep, that should be good. Alright. Collect more points. Double check up here. Yep, I heard that. Alright. Oh, and then this flower, but I don't think it's counts towards collection. So I thought I heard something before, so having that third jump also is kind of nice when you accidentally like shoot too far right and then you're like, oh no, and you can correct. So movement, again, super important. Never underestimate movement. Sure, damage is nice, it just helps you defeat things faster, which, you know, is also good, but if they can't hit me, if the battle takes a little longer, usually I end up better. There's only one other Voidling I would say is probably better than the Quebec, but not enough that I feel like it's justifiable to switch off the Quebec. Alright, is that everything down here? Looks like it. So I'm gonna come up here, grab some more plants, because research point, yeah. And then dodge. Now we just break a bunch of stuff. And then we go around and collect it. Why am I not running anymore? I would like Pyro Mutagen at some point. Just to try to get that frenzied. It's not gonna matter really until we get the ability to splice, which it's still gonna be a while, but oh, I missed some. Oh, yeah, I'd say I missed something. Oops. Break that heart. And now there's a boss heart. And some more drones pop up. Just take those out real quick. Decommission them. You. The names are unimportant if they're just trash. Scrap metal. You'll notice quite a few of the like side missions are based in missions you've already done, which is kind of nice. It kind of allowed them to reuse some resources, I guess. All right, first phase already down. That was fast. Shields down. Second phase done. Take out some enemies while I'm waiting for the shield to go down. Recharge. And did you shield go away, please? There we go. Secondary ability on him. Freeze him. Shields down, or shields up. And yes, this is how I play. So sorry, not sorry. All right. And just finish it off. And I didn't even use my ult. That's kind of sad. Alright. And I think we did everything, didn't we? I hope. I hope I didn't forget anything. I'm sure there's a bird somewhere on this level. I feel like I've found it before, but... Or the duck. But not worried about it. Yep. Got all the eggs and mutagens. That's not counting the mutagens that drop from bosses or from enemies. That's just counting the mutagens that drop from, or that you find in those little rifts. So The lab's data is secured. It's time we discuss the matter. Alright, Leon. How's your cat doing? So much data to sift through. Not too impressed at the moment. I see why they required me to oversee this mission. My faith in GenLife's competence wanes with each page, yet I will scrutinize every record to identify what might help our voidlings counter the Legion. One entry, however, caught my attention. A classified file referencing another GenLife installation on a distant planet called Solum. Now remember, I'm not too thrilled with GenLife either because they kind of got taken over by the Legion. So, you know. I was not aware of any facilities operating so far from the Locus system. Intriguing and troubling. Rachel and I agreed it would be wise to visit these grounds to see what truths are still hiding from us. The pilot has the coordinates and stands ready for your signal. For once, commendable work, Wrangler. Yeah, alright. So, it takes 20 of any mutagen to get the guys all the way up. Boss, map set, engines are warmed and flexing. Gonna punch us through to Solom right away. Alright. You need 20 of any mutagen to get Voidling from its base all the way up to its max. So we have enough cryogenic and cyber to boost a Voidling from base all the way up. Could finish off the Gallic. See how they're only exotic right now? At their max, they'll be mutated just like the golden eggs. But we don't have any more pyros, so we'll finish off this Gallic. And then I got some eggs to hatch. I think we got 2 golden eggs at one point that I still haven't hatched. I probably missed that, but okay. So these are the mutated perks. These are the like perks that you get that you can have 3 of when you start splicing. And then there's splice breeding. So when you unlock that, you can start giving them to offspring, and it's cool and interesting. I just prefer giving all of them the same three so that when they breed, it gives all 3 of those to the children. Splice breeding is kind of, I don't think it's that important. It's cool, don't get me wrong, but it like randomly picks traits from the parents. So if you're trying to min-max, it doesn't feel that great. You know what I mean? So, Frost Halo, which passively spawns 5 spinning projectiles that deal damage on hit and apply frostbite. So it just gives you those little orbs around you that will hit enemies as you get close. And then cryogenic stasis, become an invulnerable ice block for 3 seconds. That just sounds bad. They both sound bad, actually. But I'm going to take Frost Halo because at least Orbs isn't terrible. I'm never using this, but yeah. There it is. And then that guy looks really cool, I'm not going to lie. And then you unlock the skin. So I could then use that skin on another Voidling when we unlock splicing. So, side note. If you release, see where it says F to release. If you release a Voidling, you get, if they're mutated, you'll get some of the mutagen back. And then you'll get research points when you release. There's no reason to release any of them at the moment. I mean, I could release this Gallic just because I'm never going to use it. It's going to give me like 5 mutagen back, so could do that. Where'd it go? It just disappeared. That was weird. All right, we'll just pretend that never happened, and we'll get the Quebec. to, let's see, 2253. After every 40 launch projectiles in a row, gain a bonus fire rate stack. Eh. Every 5th bullet deals double damage, which eh. And then increase projectile. Okay. I know what I'm going for. Well, if I throw more bullets out, I'll do more damage. It is giving me the option for these two still, though, so... Every 5th bullet deals double damage. Not bad. I think I'm gonna level up the alt a little bit more. Just more projectile counts. Increase the number of placeable zones. Okay, so this is interesting. So, right now when you use the alt, it only puts down one zone and then releases it. With this, I'll have 2. Which is just double the ultimate ability. It just doubled it. Which is really, I think, broken, but you know. Alright. I will hatch the eggs, and then I'm not going to get any progress between this episode and the next episode. But I will get some grinding done. So the telluric gillic is the organic mutation, just like we have the Quebec. So that one's special, and then here's the other gold egg, which is a Gwagoon. We have unlocked the Gwagoons now. The Gwagoons have one of my favorite skins. And they have like vampiric and stuff. I like the Gwagoons kinda. So yeah. And one more egg went out. Just a basic Gwagoon. Alright. And I'll put some of these guys away. Because, yeah. And, yep. Don't have any good ones. I mean, technically I have some okay ones, but I mean good ones. Which, yeah. Alright. That is what we have for now. Wrangler rank up to 6. I think the rare mutations count with the Voidpedia, so that's why it helped rank up. Just look at some of the traits and stuff. As we evolve more and everything, we'll have some of this fill out. I will end up completing all the achievements at some point for you guys. For each of the Voidlings, so we will get to that at some point. Oh yeah, so the one that we just unlocked, the experimental Gwagoon, has researcher. So 15% increase research points dropped on kill. So if you're trying to farm, it's not bad, but it's, you know, just increase damage, get faster runs, and then you'll just have more research points. It's not that great. It is gigantic, though. That's kind of cool. I didn't realize there was... Yeah, sometimes the mutations come in different sizes. That's cool. Well, now I kind of want to... You're tiny. All these Quebecs are tiny. Gotcha. Alright. Yeah, so Snowbird for this guy for an extra jump. And then Gilix for the not Glacier. Ice Cold, it has Frost Halo, and then Telluric has Defensive Toxin. So on block, release a wave of projectiles that poison enemies on hit. So, I mean, not bad. Definitely won't be using it, but not bad. So, alright. We will call that good for now. Like I said, I'm going to be trying to farm up levels and stuff a bit just to hopefully get through some things faster next episode. I would ideally like to get to breeding and stuff at some point so that I can start doing breeding off recording, but yeah. Training would be nice too, but the gym is still closed, so yep. All right. We will catch you next time, guys. Um, feel free to hit like or subscribe, but I'm not going to be one of those YouTubers that asks all the time, so probably one of the only times I'll ask. All right, thanks, guys.